I think about an unrelenting storm.
I think of tornadoes and that time when the conditions are right. Nothing's happening, but you're on edge.
I hid under the desk, and then I brought over another desk to hide me so I won't see it.
It swirls and it takes out everything in its path.
Being in foster care,
It really isn't that single episode car crash.
I just feel sad for some kids, and myself too.
Because they didn't have those resiliency factors in place, it can be really severe for them.
They have been in that storm for several years. What we provide at Ryther is an opportunity to pull them out of that storm and give them a very safe and structured place so that they can relax, cool down, and learn some skills.
Elias came to Ryther when he was 6 years old, was removed from his family's home, and went through about 9 foster homes.
I was sad at first, and I just didn't like it. I had to get taken away from my mom.
Elias was very angry when he came. He did witness a lot of domestic violence in the home.
It was physical, it was mental, it was verbal, all of that.
He often reenacted a lot of those scenarios.
I used to just go nuts and let out my anger and everybody.
He was never really sure of, if I make a mistake, am I going to get hurt?
When they swing and they want to give a high five, but I thought they were going to strike at me.
When Elias came in, we put him on the red, yellow, green system. And at first, Elias really could not handle being on yellow because that means he made a mistake. Over time, when he would start to see that yellow is okay, there's no consequence, it's just a time to slow down and think, he was able to stop and get in front of those tantrums and implement a coping skill and get right back on to green.
When I get super mad, I just take deep breaths or scream in my pillow.
He also did PCIT with his mom, which is parent-child interaction therapy.
It's a system of teaching parents positive communication skills with their kids.
It was kind of challenging. Elias had been away from me for a long time.
And that really helped him to see that mom had really learned all these new skills, and he was really starting to trust that she was a really safe, great parent who could take care of him.
She's just a calm, nice mother.
He did safe group.
The real focus of the group is how did domestic violence impact the children in the home?
I hate hearing my family fight and hate hearing people arguing and fighting and threatening to do stuff to each other.
It seemed like the first time that they really had a structured place to talk about what happened.
They told me by not using violence on other people.
I felt like I had neglected him as a child, and because I was going through these addiction and domestic violence, not until the safe group were we able to bond again.
To watch this child and their caregiver grow and to see them be able to come together and have a healthy bond is an amazing show of resilience.
It feels pretty good because I got my family back and my brothers and sisters.
I can look at my son and see the change in him and see the confidence that he has gained throughout this whole experience. And just that alone makes me feel like I've done my part as a mom.
From the moment that she was born, she should not have succeeded. From a very young age, she had a lot of people in her biological family who had abused and neglected her.
Before I came to Ryther, I was in a lot of foster homes, and I was angry a lot at staff at Ryther, and I had a lot of anger issues.
She had adults her whole life tell her that she wasn't worthy and that she didn't deserve to be in a happy, successful home. She would bang her head, she would hurt herself, she would say bad things about herself and didn't believe that we cared for her.
She was very impulsive when she would get upset and very quick to escalate. And having a staff member within 3 feet of her not only helped her feel safe, someone was emotionally regulating for her, but we could intervene if we needed to keep her safe.
I knew that if I did better and better and better and not unsafe a lot, that I could get off the 3 foot, and so that's the goal we were working towards.
She did incredible work in therapy and in grief and loss group, dealing with the emotional loss of her mother, the physical loss, but also dealing with the fact that her mother gave her up.
We really have to work hard with them so that they have some closure and they have a way to process that.
In a circle, everyone would grab one piece of the rope, and one person would ask, if you were 3 in foster care, pull on the rope.
And then when they feel it's pulled in every single direction, they understand that they're not alone in this process.
They've gone through what I've gone through, and that's just not, really an awesome, amazing thing.
When Kimmy was working with her therapist on coping skills, she had a list next to her door of coping skills that she could choose to use. There was singing, deep breaths, relaxation exercises, dancing, and cheerleading. It was pretty incredible.
If I told the staff I did at least one of them, they'd sign off and I could put a sticker on that coping skill I used. And that really helped because then I knew that I wouldn't be able to have to be angry all the time.
Another thing that I think contributed to Kimmy's ability to be resilient is the fact that she had a family that wanted to invest in her.
From day one, Kimmy began calling us Mom and Dad. We weren't quite sure about whether she really felt that, but at every step of her journey, she seems to have realized that we are her Mom and Dad.
Her adoptive family wanted to invest in her.
It's just like they're never going to give up on me, and some other parents gave up on me.
She came to Ryther and got the treatment and services that she needed to succeed.
There's the emotional piece, there's the psychological piece, there's the medical piece. They were able to address all of her needs, and they were able to give it to her 24 hours a day, nonstop. That's amazing.
They were there to support me, and they always helped me through my horrible times.
To know that she knows that she's safe and she has 2 parents who are committed to her completely. There's just nothing greater than that in this position, to see that with one of our kids.